What up, y'all? Happy Saturday. Welcome to Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. We are talking all things Impact Wrestling, Bound for Glory post-show with a very special guest, so keep it locked.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
I don't even know who, well, I know who I should introduce first, but I don't know if I should wait for the surprise or give you the surprise first. There's so many things. But this is what I'm going to do first. I'm going to play this video first of, I know we're talking Impact Wrestling, but we're also going to be talking about Pound Town Wrestling. If you don't know what that is, take a look at this.
When I walk in the place, I can't help but laugh when I see their face. They wanna know how I do this every day. I guess I gotta go and give them a taste. Speed it up to my pace. Can't you see my shine? You're staring too long and I'ma leave you blind. I'm always committed, I stay on the grind. Let me go and put my walk in rewind. Take a picture this time. Some ladies come with me, I'm gonna.
So that was Pound Town Wrestling, y'all. And we have the owner and operator of Pound Town Wrestling. And I mean, I feel like I could say this, best friend of Trinity, because we've been talking about her a lot. Miss Ariane Andrew. How you doing?
What is poppin'?
Hey. Oh my gosh. We're going to get all into it. We're going to talk Impact first, y'all. Then talk, we might mix it up. We might do Impact, then Pound Town, then Impact, or then TNA. TNA, Pound Town, TNA. That sounds even, on a Saturday night. But we are we are drinking. Not alone. Kyle's gonna keep us. I feel like Kyle is like that chick between First Take and those other shows where that chick keeps everybody in line. Like I feel like me and Ariane, we're gonna be on the wild side, and Kyle's gonna keep us in check. So Kyle from the D. The D. Wow.
What up, though? So I got to be Big Chief. No fun in here? What the hell? That's no fun.
Good, Kyle. How are you doing?
Not bad. I'm not doing bad because Michigan beat up on Michigan State. It's a good day all around to here in Michigan.
Okay.
Very good.
Congratulations. Go Michigan. But let's get into it. Let's get to that very first match. Let me get these graphics. We're talking about Bound for Glory. It was in Chicago, folks. Should we just go into what we really want to talk about? Actually, no, we're going to go into this one. And this is a great tie-in to Pound Town because who is going to be on Pound Town Wrestling? The pay-per-view is debuting tomorrow. She was also on Impact. Sunny Kiss.
Ooh, yes, my boo.
Oh my gosh. So Kyle, let us know how Sunny Kiss got involved in this match. Give us the breakdown. Like I said, you're gonna be doing all the work tonight because I'm sipping a little something.
It's all good. You guys have a good time with this one. It was good to see Sunny Kiss out there coming out in the Call Your Shot Battle Royal. I definitely wasn't expecting it. Definitely had some run-ins. Now, the dance battle between Sunny and Bully Ray was pretty funny. I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty funny. It looked like they had some of that tequila in your cup, TK.
No, is it tequila? No, vodka. I'm vodka. I'm not a tequila girl.
All right.
I must be really tired.
Well, we're here, but these are the things that I love to see because I know it's not for everybody, but what I feel like a lot of times what we miss is that entertainment value. And so it's always a vibe when you can get something that's very different, even if it's not for everyone. So a little dance battle never hurt nobody, especially on a Saturday night,
Oh my
gosh. To see it with Bully Ray of all people, it's like that's not who I'd have thought it would have been.
This is the perfect time to tell this story. I don't think you even know this, Ariane. And I've been wanting to tell this story, but I didn't know the appropriate setting to tell the story. But I think tonight's a perfect setting. So I was backstage at Pound Town Wrestling.
Okay.
Sunny was there. and she was getting ready. She was like, you know, in the mirror, all this other stuff, and so was Zeta Zhang. And so Zeta started talking about Sunny's butt. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been talking about Sunny's. If you go back in the archives of our very first interview, I've been talking about Sunny's butt like forever. And so I was like,
look at Kyle. Kyle's like, oh Lord, are we really getting into this right now?
We are.
I think it's funny, so I'm all good.
So I asked her, can I touch her butt? And y'all, not just a little finger point, like not a cuss, but it's so soft. Like it looks like it could hurt you, and it probably can, but it was like it was. I don't encourage.
Girl, where did this randomness come from?
Sunny,
the vodka.
Girl, did you have a few before? Did you have a few before we started the interview?
Yeah, I didn't. I just like I've been holding on to that story, and I didn't know who to share it with, and I feel like this is the perfect setting.
One thing I will say though, like, I mean, one thing I'm gonna give Sunny like her props just for the individual that she is. Mm-hmm. But I think that's a question, or like it's something that people talk about, or it's kind of like, you know, when you're in the room, it's like someone's thinking it, but the person says it. And that is even one thing, even in the locker room at PTW, where people are like, girl, that booty, goddamn. So, you know, it's something that I think a lot of people think about. They just haven't, you know.
Yeah. And I'm
come on, say it.
And here, look, y'all, don't be going up to her and asking her to do that because I did it. Don't
that's disrespectful.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Don't do that.
Not a bad thing to preface with wrestling fans, though.
Yeah, but still, just don't do that. Don't say, well, TK, don't do that. Sunny and I had a little moment prior to that. We've talked all this throughout the years, and it was the perfect moment to ask her, and she said yes. But don't be asking, don't do that. I just really want to share my story. But anyways,
back on topic, as you were talking about.
Who won the match?
Who won the match? It was Jordan Grace won. It came down to her and Bully at the end, and then the way you got to win that is you got to win by pinfall. She won with the Grace driver over Bully Ray.
And then she announced that she is out. It's kind of funny though with this. So she announced at the end that she is out to take the Knockouts championship, essentially from Trin, because she just retained it, at Hard to Kill. But the interesting thing is, remember when oh my God, I could see her face. Tessa Blanchard. Like, I feel like Jordan Grace can go for any championship. So why, and she's already had the Knockouts championship. So why go for that?
I feel like they did that because if you remember before she kind of went away for a while, she was on like a big losing streak. Like she had lost like 4 or 5 big matches in a row. So I feel like they just had her win that so that like immediately just put her right back into the title picture.
Well, there it is. Well, let us know in the chat who you got. Who do you? I mean, I think I know the answer to this question, Ariane. But between Jordan Grace and Trinity, the match should have happened for Hard to Kill. And let's be honest, Trin's gonna have that belt by the time Hard to Kill comes around. Who do you have?
I mean, I'm clearly gonna be biased, but you know. The reason why I say Trin, it's not just because like that's my sister from another mister, and just seeing all the glory and you see what I did there? All the glory and stuff that she's getting at the moment and the impact that she's making. But I feel like she really needs to hold on to this title for quite some time because that's really going to make her a force to be reckoned with. I mean, she already is, but I feel like, you know, she really is still just getting started. So I feel like the more that we see her, the more storylines, the more that she holds the title, then I would like then to see people be like, okay, we have something. I don't say we have something to work with, but I just want to see her, you know, state her dominance for a while because it's well deserved, and I just want to see what she can do with the title for some time without it being taken so quickly. Because I feel like, you know, a lot of times you see people, they get a title. They do hold it for a certain amount of time. Storylines are not correct. And then it's kind of like, what was the whole point of having that championship? So I definitely want to see her hold on to it for some time before we, you know, start seeing some people who the next champion.
I know. I'm gonna be clearly biased. I love Jordan. I love that. I love all the work, but I've been a Trin girl forever, so
Yeah.
she deserves all of that. So I feel like maybe midsummer she can drop it, but that's if she wants to drop it. That she's like, yo, it's time to go on vacation, something like that. I don't know. But with that being said, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Bosa. Shout out to Deadpool Party. I thought saw JD in there. What up, JD? I haven't seen you in a minute.
Shout out to Chris from our show. I see you in there too, my man.
There it is. Shout out to Dylan all the way in Australia, the unofficial producer of WWT. So shout out to Bobby as well. Kyle, who we got next? What's that next match we have?
All right. Let me get it pulled up here in front of me. I got it. Here you go. The next, well, we were kind of out of order. Are we going in order here, or what are we talking? Next match we're talking.
We're sipping.
All right. I got you. All right. So the match that I feel like, since we're talking about sipping and matches that would have done that, I feel like Monsters Ball had plenty of that, because you had thumbtacks, you had cinder blocks, you had about every type of gimmick, trash can, everything you could have in there. Tommy Dreamer had to run out and make the save for ECW again, like old times. I feel like you had all the nostalgia and crazy shit all in one match. I don't know, man. Like I say, those matches are always fun. They're a staple for Impact, TNA, whatever you want to call them now that they've announced that they're going to go back to TNA. I feel
By the way, what are your thoughts about them going back to TNA?
I love it. I love it because everybody associates them as TNA. I feel like even though they call themselves Impact Wrestling, even though they switched it when they did the whole thing with Anthem, I feel like everybody always is going to know them as TNA. So personally, we were talking about this before you hopped in. I think it's just a smart move. I don't think they're ever going to really be able to shed the TNA name, I feel like. So why not? I mean, if that's what people associate you with, and even after the switch at Impact, I think it's a good thing, and it looks like they're going to switch things back. Now, it's interesting, though. I wonder if this means that we could see the return at all of the six-sided ring.
So, according to reports on Fightful, Fightful, aka Twitter, because Fightful's on Twitter. I mean, also everywhere else. They said no, it's not happening. So that's what they're saying. But TNA can essentially do whatever.
Maybe they have a six-sided ring pay-per-view or something.
Maybe they do, and they're not going to start the TNA name until January 1st. But I know you're tired of this question, Ariane, but I feel like the people came to see you, and the people came to ask you questions. So we have Bobby with the question: are you gonna? It's no longer be Impact. Will we see you at TNA?
So it's so interesting. I'm actually loving the diversity because it's always been very specific. When are you returning back to WWE, or it's go back? It's either demanding or asking. And the question, or I guess the answer to the question is it's more on timing. Timing, I feel like, is everything. Even when it's circle back talking about trend, the timing.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, the timing is now for her, It didn't happen to be where people thought it would be, but doesn't mean that there is not still a place or a home for her to go back to. So I think timing is everything. So I guess we shall see, but that's a whole thing that I can even wrap my mind around, just finishing, doing my own show, trying to start something. But I definitely do see how there has been like collaborations. You look at the Royal Rumble and seeing Mickey, she had the title, and how they were able to cross-pollinate, even though it was like a one-off thing. I do think that maybe there is like a new era where promotions can kind of come together, because the more that you build, I feel like the more it allows fans to engage. It's something that really hasn't been done like that in a long time.
I mean, even to go off of your point with that was something that they talked a lot about during Trin's match. Like I was saying, that they really talked a lot about their past in WWE and the championships that they'd won, which, like you said, it could be bringing in a new era. I mean, back in the day, you'd never hear somebody talk about that stuff, much less you'd never mention another company. So the fact that they're even doing that, I mean, I think all the different link ups we've seen, I mean, they just announced the other day AEW and CMLL are doing their thing. So, I mean, who knows what'll happen.
Just to add to that, I just definitely feel like we're tapping into like a new era of so many different things. the wrestling community is such a tight niche, but such a big community. So like, why not? I feel like bring forces together because everyone is bringing something so different to the table that it's kind of like, why wouldn't you?
Agreed. A little bit of a commercial break, but not really a commercial break. If you guys look at that QR code in the corner, also right here, a little special thing right there in the middle. You can scan that. So if you're curious about Pound Town Wrestling, somebody did bring it up. Both is saying that I'm sure Pound Town Wrestling will be a success. Of course, we want it to be a success. But we are offering a gift courtesy of Ariane. You can scan that QR code, put in the code WWT15 to get 15% off of the pay-per-view that is dropping tomorrow. So do the things, do, and then report back to us how great it was and how great Sunny was and how great. I mean, I feel like you guys should have been watching our Twitter and all the things, but I don't know if I should give the surprise because the surprise already happened, but Ariane is also wrestling in it as well. And she had a
let's go.
So if you want to see all of that, scan that QR code in the very middle and or in the corner. They both go to the same place. Make sure to take down that code WWT15 to get 15% off of the pay-per-view that you will watch tomorrow, that you will report back and tag all of us and say that shit was awesome.
Okay, wait. We're here. Do we want to also announce, no, or should we keep it a secret for the end? I don't know.
Ooh, I like a good.
Well, I mean, that's a hell of a teaser.
I know, right? Let's keep it to the end. Just remind me because I might forget because I am sipping.
Well, I had a question out of that, listening, talking about the QR code and all that stuff. I mean, I'm new to the whole Pound Town Wrestling thing. So tell me and anybody else who's watching, you got to tell me. So why Pound Town Wrestling? Why did you want to start a promotion? Give me the background behind it.
Okay, you know what, Kyle? Thank you. I appreciate that's a hard-hitting question, but I love it. It wasn't supposed to be what it was, to be honest. It was an idea of me getting back into the ring, but kind of doing something small, like just having a singles match. And then being able to be like, hey guys, you haven't seen me in the ring, come check me out, but I'm doing it on my own terms. But I was like, you know what? Because I'm always about bigger picture, but I've always been in the frame of like, how do I help other people? So I was like, instead of investing this money for myself and what I can make the money for myself, why not put on a show? Give people an opportunity. I can also still wrestle, but do something that's bigger and better than this one little small thought of, just doing a singles match. So that's how it started. I mean, I can really dive deep, but that's kind of like the long story short, because people also really don't care that much when you talk for too long. So we will keep it short and sweet. So yeah, that, and then it went from just doing one show, and I don't even know how it turned into like I just started a promotion. I was like, wait, what? Okay, woo, all right, I guess we're here. So here we go.
Bobby asking, did you like wrestling against Sunny Kiss?
Absolutely the fucking yes. And the reason why I say that is because there's lots of people in my life who tell me I don't give myself enough credit. I've been told that from family, friends, but that's family and friends. I feel like they're going to tell you things that you want to hear.
What up, though, Devin?
But Sunny was such an amazing, I guess just an amazing spirit. And for her to be like, you know what? You haven't been tested your levels that I know that you're capable of, because you haven't had someone to fully support you in what I know that you're capable of doing. So wrestling Sunny pushed me out of my comfort, feeling comfortable to want to get out of my comfort zone, and just having the support of being like, I've watched your story. I've seen what you've done. You need people in your life that are going to build you up and not for you to second guess yourself. So that's why not only wrestling Sunny and what Sunny has done, but just her having that support and being like, I got you and you can do this and you're capable.
And just a great match. I was lucky enough to see it live, and I also was lucky enough to see the behind the scenes. Just a great match. So definitely scan that QR code, use the code WWT15 to get that 15% off, and watch it. And then just also agree and say that was a great match. Before we get to any other questions, because if we get questions for Ariane, we're going to be here all night, and she don't want to be here all night. I don't want to be here all night. Kyle's been up since, I don't know, 3 days ago. So let's hit that next match. What we got next, Kyle?
Mike make me go postal. I mean, I feel like the match of the night, I mean, it was for me anyway, but I feel like the match that everybody's going to be talking about out of this one, outside of Trin and Mickey, is going to be Ospreay and Speedball Bailey. I mean, that was the match that I feel like they had the most hype on going into the card. I think the match more than played up to what I expected out of it, and I think what most people expected out of it. Plus, again, going back to the theme of the whole thing with TNA, I think it was cool because if anybody's ever heard Will Ospreay talk, he talks a lot about how TNA was the thing that kind of like helped inspire him to wrestle. So I thought it was cool how they had the throwbacks to AJ Styles and the hooded coat that he had on and the Styles Clash and all that stuff too. Plus, I mean, anybody that follows our show, Knockouts and Three Counts, we cover all the combat sports stuff. So obviously we're fans of Mike Bailey as well. So definitely a banger match.
Definitely a banger match with Will being the winner. What were you saying, Aria?
I was going to say, how do you feel about the outcome?
I think Will's probably one of the hottest people in wrestling right now. So I feel like he was supposed to win, but I said it. My first thought as soon as that match was over is I feel like Mike Bailey's next up for them. Speedball's next up for them. He's been hot for them for a while. He had a great run as X Division champ. He's next up for them for sure.
There it is. Yeah, definitely another. I mean, the great thing about Impact, and I feel like what is the last pay-per-view? Was that AEW's pay-per-view? I don't know. Whatever the last pay-per-view was. They're nice and compact and short. Like I like Impact's pay-per-view. It wasn't like 5 hours long, which none of them really are, but some of them they have a lot of filler matches, with Impact, every match was so great. So that was another, if you want to see wrestling with a great story, I mean, definitely the Impact's knockouts, but Impact in general just has great matches.
Shout out to Boza too. That's a good point. They were supposed to fight Mania weekend in LA at Multiverse, and Ospreay got hurt, and they had to cut the whole thing. I forgot they mentioned that before it.
I don't know how you know all these facts. I don't know if you have books. So Bosa, for y'all who are like new to Women's Wrestling Talk, Bosa has been with us since like the AfterBuzz days, and Bosa is like the general manager. Like he just knows. I don't know where he stores all this stuff, but
the encyclopedia.
Yeah, just quick with the stuff. So shout out to Bosa in the chat for that. But yeah, what do we got next?
We already went over, and then we already went over the call your shot. You also, and then from there, I mean, all you had left was your world title match. You had Josh Alexander against Detroit's own, throw the mitten up real quick, one half of your Motor City Machine Guns. I liked how they started the show with Chris Sabin and then ended it with Alex Shelley too. I thought that was cool, kind of how they bookended it that way, with them going back to the whole TNA thing, with them being so much a big part of the early days of TNA back when they used to be on like Fox Sports 1 and all that stuff. But that was a good match. I mean, I can't lie to you though. Even though I'm a Detroit guy, I thought that Alex Shelley was dropping that belt to Josh Alexander. So I got to say, I'm happy with the outcome, but it wasn't the outcome I thought we were getting.
I literally was just going to ask you that. I'm like, because someone who is so Detroit heavy, you beat me to it.
Like I said, obviously we all rock with the Motor City Machine Guns. I feel like most people do here, but I mean, I definitely thought with the way they were building up Josh Alexander's return and all that stuff, and especially the story between them. That's another thing I liked going into that match, because Alexander's another guy like Will Ospreay who's talked a ton about how TNA was one of the things he watched on his way up. So a lot of the whole build up to this match was Alex Shelley feeling disrespected. And so for them to do that and then have that go out as they went into the announcement of TNA coming back, I mean, definitely a good way to bookend it.
Very true, very true. Another great match. I want to make note of this because we didn't talk about it. So there was supposed to be a tag team match. Apparently, it was recorded live for fans. Actually, I want to use a different graphic, but it was supposed to be MK Ultra versus Tasha Steelz and Deanna Prazo. So before we went on air, I was like frantically looking for the graphics to see who won, only to find out that it didn't air on the pay-per-view, and they're going to save it for next week, which is kind of weird because they were on the graphic for it to happen today. So I mean, obviously none of us know exactly what happened, but what do you think happened?
I think they just ran short on time with those matches.
So yeah, you literally stole the words out of my mouth, because someone who had a WrestleMania match schedule, and not to say it like this, there's just certain matches, even though like I'm such a big fan of like women's wrestling and stuff like that, there's priority, I think. And if sometimes some people do it on purpose, sometimes people just don't realize, even when you're getting like the time cues of how much time, when you run short in time, there's just like no way. And it's like, what's the point of having like a 3-minute match? What good would that do for the championship? Like for just like, what would it do in general to have like such a short match? So yeah, I definitely agree with you, Kyle, that I definitely think that they ran short on time, and they were just like, damn, we gotta put this to the next. They had to choose. If we had to choose one match, what match is going to be? And unfortunately,
plus, at least it shows they want the match to actually have time, though. At least that way, the match that you see will actually be a match versus it being 2 or 3 minutes in and out for a tag title.
Yeah, because that would be terrible. Like, who wants to see? We're done with those days of having like little tiny short matches and being like, okay.
And that's one of their biggest complaints with the WWE tag titles. So, I mean, you hear it all the time with the women's tag titles over there. So, I mean, even though, yeah, it sucks they got cut off the pay-per-view, I feel like, as from watching it from start to finish, I mean, I feel like the matches that they did have on the show kind of needed that time. So, at least this way, if it gives the women the full chance to have an actual match versus just an in and out, I mean, me personally, I'd rather see it that way anyway.
Same, I agree.
With Jeffrey, that's exactly what I want to do. So who do you have? I mean, obviously the people who are live were there to see it, but who do you have in this? MK Ultra or Tasha and Deanna?
I would say MK Ultra keeps it. I actually just got to talk with Masha when we were in Chicago. I just feel like the vibe they got as a team, I feel like there's still a lot more they can do with that. That said, I mean, Deanna Prazo and Tasha Steelz are probably as big of a A+ team as you could put together in Impact. So, I mean, if there was somebody going to take the belts off them, I mean, it definitely could be Tasha Steelz and Deanna Prazo. But I feel like they have, more to do with that. Plus, I mean, this is just like fantasy booking, I guess. But it would be nice if they were toting the fact that they had the Sinister Minister there at the show, and they had him as like the host of the thing. I hope they used him in that match with MK Ultra, because I mean he would fit in perfect with
that. So Bobby's saying Deanna and Tasha. I want to say Deanna and Tasha just because I said this on the news show yesterday. I just feel like with Trin having the championship and Deanna
Boza again. Boza,
I know with the fun facts. Did he answer? Or he just gave me a time.
Yeah, he pretty much answered it. I mean, I didn't even think about it that way. You got to remember they did the Hall of Fame during the pre-show. They did Mike Tenay and Don West thing, and then Tracy Brooks got put in the Hall of Fame, and then damn it, there was one other one. But it was them too.
Jeffrey saying MK Ultra has more momentum. I mean, yes, but I feel like there's mainstream, and TNA is not as mainstream as WWE, but as far as name recognition, I feel that Tasha and Deanna together having the tag team championship would bring more name recognition to it.
I agree,
but I've been wrong several times, so that's my take on it. But
I also feel like they could break them for a feud too, though, because I mean those two together in a match is always a good thing.
But I just also feel like the storylines that can come from them getting the titles and where that goes from there. So you always have to think about like where are things going to go even once you get titles. I mean, and people love a good storyline. So just think about like how they can branch off after the fact.
There it is. Bosa saying, I think some people were shocked because rumors of Deanna's contract was up at the end of the year. And
didn't she just re-sign though? I heard her and Macklin just re-signed though.
I feel like they would have done an announcement for sure for Deanna.
I thought I saw something.
Look at TK is like, wait, let me Google.
Google is your friend. Google is your friend. I might not.
Oh no, I have to disagree. Not always, because sometimes Google be giving some false information.
Yes,
like,
they do.
Because I am victim of being like, that is not what I said. Damn it, y'all didn't just make your own. Y'all didn't twisted all the words I just said. That's not it.
Well, it's not giving us the answer, but I'm sure Bosa will have the answer. But while we're waiting for that, what's the next match we have?
That was it. I mean, that was most of the card. I mean, it was only a 6-match card on this one, so the world title was the end of it, and then you had the big video, which I thought whoever did that video at Impact, it was pretty cool. They did like so they had all the people come out. It was kind of like if you watched any of the delete matches that Matt Hardy and them had when he was Broken Matt in Impact. So they had like kind of a vignette set up, but they had everybody out in the woods. And then they had a box like where you open it kind of like Pandora's box. And so like all the TNA stuff came out of the box. And then when it came back on, they announced that they're going back to TNA for Hard to Kill. And then they had everybody in the ring. And then that's how they finished it out.
Well, I mean, we did go through everything. I know we kind of skipped and went with, Tren and Mickey's match, but we really didn't dive too deep. And I kind of want to know your thoughts, Kyle, on what you thought as far as...
Great match.
Okay.
Great match for sure. I liked, like I said, one of the things that really hopped out to me, and I mean, it's no surprise. I think he's really underrated as far as commentary, as somebody who does commentary myself. Tom Hannafan really did a really good job of like playing the backstory to Trin and Mickey throughout it. Plus, I like the way that they highlighted both women's accomplishments in the WWT, because again, like I said,
right. You did say that.
Yeah, you never saw that. And as far as the match, I mean, again, all the matches on this card, I mean, that's, I feel like the thing, TK, we talked about this when you were on our show. Like, I mean, realistically, Impact, when you talk about bell to bell and match to match, I mean, they really always have bangers usually up and down the card. It's just they don't have the same spotlight as everybody else because they're on Access TV. As far as this match, I mean, I feel like Mickey's whole last run since they did the last rodeo and then she won the championship and all that stuff. I mean, she's been putting out bangers for a while, and I feel like they're really doing a good job of solidifying Trin as a star in Impact, because now she's had, the wins over Deanna. Now she beat Mickey, and that was the first time they'd ever faced each other one-on-one. So, I mean, they're giving her about as credible a wins as she can get in Impact, and I feel like it's doing a good job of reminding people what she can do as a single, because, I mean, obviously everybody knows her and Sasha were doing the tag team thing before she left WWE, and I feel like her being champions just giving them a chance to really kind of re-put that out there and remind everybody that she had that, which is why I feel like the little details like that in the commentary are such a good thing.
Absolutely.
I need to look up this video. That the match was amazing, but Mickey James did this. Well, Trin and Mickey James did this. Mickey James did this one move. I'm like, wait, what are we doing right now? What is this show? Oh, here it is. I'm going to share my screen because I know y'all didn't miss this because it was on. You know what I'm talking about. Let me wait. Oh no, screen sharing. My bad. Not technical difficulties, just little tipsy difficulties. Here we go. Here we
get
go.
it.
So we're gonna take that back so YouTube doesn't take the. So look. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And now then watch this. Oh Lord, Mickey. Excuse me. So y'all know how I be watching matches. Like the technical I mean, Trin and Mickey are great They're let me stop this now before YouTube bans
You
us.
ain't the only one. Look, I'm a red-blooded male over here. There is not a damn thing wrong with what was just in my screen. So you're
And
not the only one
also,
watching those matches.
can we add? Let's just add this too, because the one thing that I do feel like what wrestling has been missing is we have these dominant, badass females, but there has been this mark of where we go back from when it was like, you know, the diva era. And then now, like women main eventing, kicking ass, but that happy medium of being like, I can still kick ass, but do it with sex appeal. And that's what they gave, was that happy medium of like, still badass women kicking ass, but I'm gonna still give y'all what y'all. I'm still a fucking sexy ass woman. Look at me, and I think that's dope.
God. It was everything. Like it was just both. It was perfect. I mean, it was just like, yes, exactly what you said. It's just like,
all right. So I got a question for both of y'all. Now, the question is, I don't know if you've noticed, every time she has one of these big matches, she's got clear down to the hair matches the whole fucking outfit. How much money is she spending on this fucking hair, man? Because she had like the whole star deal going tonight that matched with the whole shit. And I'm just like, man, I do not envy you guys at all in that shit.
Let me tell you now. Let me tell you. Being a woman and trying to facilitate gear, hair, makeup, the whole nine is a whole nother, I think a whole nother conversation we can spend an hour talking about. There definitely has to be like we need some more kudos for that, because that, but one thing
I agree.
Yeah, but also though, Trent is very self-sufficient. I even think back in the day when she was like doing stuff herself, she knows how to actually create so many great things, from gear to hair to makeup to shoes. Like, she's very, very talented that people, I don't even think, know how far her talent goes back, like of what she's capable of doing herself, especially if she's like, there's no time, someone can't do it. She's like, oh no, okay, I'm about to sew up my stuff myself. I'm about to do my hair myself. So that's also things people don't give Trin enough credit for, is like, that girl will make it happen no matter what. So
yeah, because I think I don't know if she did it this time, but the first time she was in Chicago, I think she dyed her own hair.
Yeah,
and look, that like dyeing, we're not even getting to all the look.
Hey, you start to learn. I mean, I dyed this wig myself. When you want something done and you're like, oh, I'm on a budget.
Wait, let's pause that. Wait, let's. Because that color, I wouldn't have guessed that.
I definitely, I did this myself. I mean,
it looks like she could be rocking with my Lions with that hair.
No, I didn't put it on myself, but I definitely colored, because I was like, oh, that's gonna be how much extra tack on? Oh, wow. Okay, let me put this this is not in the budget.
All right. And then also shout out to like Trin and Bianca with that, because I used to have hair that long and working out was an issue. So the fact that you're in a match and you're making sure that your hair doesn't fall on your face camera wise and all the things, and you have with Bianca when she's doing the cartwheels and the flips, know instinctively to grab the hair so she doesn't get caught. Yeah, that's a whole nother.
I've always wondered.
That's why I had to ask that. See, as a guy, I don't know none of this shit. That's why I asked these questions.
Yeah, I mean, even when I think about Bianca with that braid, I'm like, I did that just for a photo shoot where that was like a style, and I was like, first off, this shit is heavy as hell. My head is doing this, but also, wait, I gotta be like, wait, let me one side, and I'm like, she's wrestling. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of times, in which I wish there was more, even like behind the scenes of seeing what women really go through to make things happen. And no disrespect to the men, it's just when you think about like the makeup, the hair, the gear, and just for even gear, it's less for guys. You know, you can have partial. Women need the full theme. Then you want bedazzles. It's like everything is like guacamole. It's extra. Oh, you want that? That will be extra.
Yo,
extra.
Dylan,
and you're like,
that
damn.
Out. That's a bar right there. That's a bar right there. Wow. So I think we can all say that match was bomb. Shout to Mickey,
100%.
Yeah.
But I guess the next question is, where do we go from there? Because it's kind of one of those things where, I joke around because you never really retire from wrestling. So, Mickey did this retirement tour, but she's just like Trish. They're like great shape to continue. So where do you think Trin goes, and where do you think Mickey goes?
I think Trin's gonna. Like I said, I think they're still establishing her run and Impact and establishing her as a single star and all that stuff. So I feel like Trin's run's gonna run for a while. It's far fetched, but at the same time, I wouldn't be shocked if Mickey's kind of doing like her last around, like trying to knock out all the stuff she wants to do before she decides she's done. And let's be honest, her husband just showed up over there in WWE. She could go back there and have another run. I don't know exactly. I think she's got more she's going to do in Impact, but I definitely think she's kind of crossing off some of those matches that she's got on her bucket list that she wanted to have. Like I said, they said that was the first time her and Trin had faced each other. So I feel like she's kind of just knocking stuff out.
That's so crazy to even think that.
And it looks like Jordan Grace has already called Trin out 9:31 p.m. So, and that actually makes sense because it's leading up to Hard to Kill in October. So,
she came right out as soon as she won the Call Your Shot Battle Royal and straight up said, I'm going at Hard to Kill. Moose came out and said he's cashing in the world title shot at Hard to Kill too.
So there it is. Well, yeah. Do you think Mickey's gonna go? I know you mentioned I was looking at the tweet, so my bad. So you think Mickey's gonna go to WWE? I
don't think it's out of the question. I don't think she's done an Impact by any means, but I could see her wanting to just not having things that maybe she wants to knock out before she gets in there. Because remember, Mickey's last run in WWE, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it like right as we went into the pandemic too? Like some of the stuff she dealt with was pandemic. And then when she came back at the Royal Rumble, that was the Royal Rumble right before we went into the pandemic. So, if she were to go back there now, at least there's fans.
Yeah. Because I think that was the time where I think it was either right at the beginning of the pandemic where she was let go. They didn't let her know, and then I think the intern
because it was the whole trash bag thing. Remember?
Yeah, the trash bag situation. That's crazy. Yeah, that's
there was the whole thing online and on Busted Open and like all that thing about how she talked about how they gave her all her stuff in a trash bag and then that was when she went back over to Impact. So that's why I say, we all know the old saying, like, time heals all wounds and all those things. But if Nick Aldis showed up there, I'm just saying it wouldn't be too far fetched.
And also too, you just think about Mickey and like, there's just certain people and I mean this respectfully, who she's done so many things and she's still looking fire. She still has the look. She still has everything. Just that what she's bringing to the table, just her as a person. Because I met her for the first time actually this year. Like
me too.
Yeah, and she's so dope. So I'm like, I feel like who knows? And I feel like when you're that type of person, you have so many opportunities and the sky is the limit of where you can go.
Not to mention she's got so much she can. That's what I was gonna say. Because when I met her, Mega Ran was emceeing the WrestleCon after party, and she was performing there. She can fucking sing too. Like, so she's doing all the music while she's doing
I wouldn't even know that. But just her whole vibe is for someone who's been in the business for the amount of time she has. She's very humble, and she's just an all around great person.
She is. So as we're rounding the end of this, I am going to give you all a few minutes to ask some last minute questions because I know y'all didn't come to see me, and I know y'all. Well, I'm not going to speak for the people who are on Kyle's channel, but no offense, I don't think y'all can see him.
She's a lot better looking than me. They didn't come for me.
So if you guys have any last minute questions, shoot them in the chat now. And we may or may not. Please be respectful. You all have been, but I like to preface it with that. But while we're waiting for that, anything anything, because I don't want to give away too many details. Anything about Pound Town Wrestling? Who's not necessarily who the matches are, like who the matchups are, but what wrestlers we can see there.
Girl, everyone already knows.
Do they? I mean, I'm just like,
I mean, hardcore wrestling fans maybe would know, but I mean, we talked about Sunny. That's one of our number one people who we got to be a part of the debut. But there's also some really, really great talent that I want people to look out for, especially like LA locals. As much as I can't stand being in LA anymore, I still am born and raised there, and I love to see my people winning. So yeah, I don't want to give away too much. All I can say is I'm just really excited for what people can see.
Okay. Can I give away one person to look out for? One person.
Who?
J-Rod.
Yeah, she's definitely, and actually, which is so crazy how things come full circle. Shout out to Rikishi and Knox Pro, because I've trained there. To see J-Rod came from Knox Pro. So yeah, J-Rod is like this, how do I explain it? Like, she's like this Amazon type of really just super sweet in person, but her character, you're like, sorry, girl. I'm sorry.
Yeah. She looks like she looks like if the world were about to end and be run by robots, but the robots look like human beings. She looks like one of those robots. Like, they look like human beings, but her body is just
body's insane.
But insane, like, because sometimes you can get like a little bit, my preference. So don't
too muscly.
Like, sometimes you get a little bit too muscly where like you've been working on the muscle, but it looks so like natural and like put together, but it also looks like almost too put together, like if they were in a movie, like an AI.
Get it?
Yeah. So that's because when I saw her the first time, I was like, oh damn. And then when I saw her wrestle, she put a boot to the face to somebody, bro. And you want to see that, you want to scan that QR code in the corner there. Get that discount.
I love the promotion. No, there's such great stuff. There's things I don't even want to give away. Well, wait, I will give this.
I gotta check this chick out then. What up, though, said?
She's fire. One thing I will say though, people who do get the pay-per-view I don't know if you really care about this, but I gotta promote it. My music video. So for the first time ever, I am streaming my music video on the pay-per-view, and you get first dibs because it's not out yet. So whoever gets the pay-per-view, you get the music video. And yeah, you just get to see some dope ass talent. Like, I think there's a lot of stuff that you see where people who are signed and have all this like glory and glitz and glam, but then you see people who are wrestling, you're like, damn, okay. Who are you? And the storylines.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I was really surprised at how how the wrestlers were able to, like, you could tell who was the good guy, who was the bad guy, who was the face, who was the heel. In that, like, you're seeing this promotion for the first time. So like, kudos to all of them, because it was very clear, and it's not.
That's cool to hear.
Yeah, it was really a dope promotion.
Well, that's why it was important, like, not to add on, because I'm pretty sure people are tired, but that's also too why I started PTW, because I'm like, you watch a lot of indie shows and it's just spot. And I'm like, okay, that's dope to know you can do some crazy acrobatics, but also like, I want people to be invested and be like, who is this person? I didn't know who you were, but I'm invested because the story's good. I know the story that we're telling. This is a good guy. This is a bad guy. Damn, I really want this person to win. And maybe they don't. And what this person does is so off the cuff. You're like, I don't like you. And I really want to get behind this person. I never knew who they were. Or damn, I really want to get behind the bad guy because they did such a good job of, really telling the story. And I think everyone did a really good job of telling the story. Like, it's very clear who are the heels and the faces.
Smart move for sure, because it's one of the biggest things we hear people complaining about with AEW a lot of the time and all that stuff. So to be coming out the gate with the idea already of where you want to go with that stuff and explaining it to people to give people a reason to want to watch people fight, I mean, like I said, we come from the combat sports end of things. That's one of the biggest things that makes a fight a good fight versus just, okay, two guys getting in a cage. Give me a reason to why they want to fight. Give me some stakes to somebody, why somebody's going to, why somebody wants to win this. So that's definitely cool.
Yeah.
There it is. Look, I gave you all a chance to ask Ariane some questions. Y'all didn't. So sorry for you. I'm going to continue drinking. Salud. I think it's time to wrap this puppy up. You have to salute and drink. You can.
Right. Damn. Okay. I think I don't know. I just feel like we're all going to just have this. This is going to just be doing this show every week. The three of us. I'm just kidding.
Kyle's for it. Look at his face. Look at it.
Dude, I already got fucking 3 shows going a week as it is. I don't know if the post office will give me any more time, but I'm with it.
Kyle, you might drop a show just to be on the show with Ariane because she come with the makeup.
I mean, dude, it's a lot better. It's a lot better scenery than the normal 3. Shout out to J-Bone and Corey from Knockouts and 3 Counts.
Okay, Ariane, you don't know who this person is. But I'm going to have to introduce you to him. He's been on the show. He is.
Wait, is this a surprise?
He's surprised. Like I told him he can come on. So he's affiliated with WWT. He's not a random person. Okay. But I already know why he's on, and it's not for me. So let me get his. Let me get his.
Why you keep selling yourself so short, TK? I mean,
damn. Okay, that's what people tell me, girl. Build yourself up. We about to build you up. TK up in the house. If you're not following TK, please go do that right now. TK Trinidad, Real Talk. Okay, wait.
Sitting there in the corner.
Women's Wrestling Talk podcast, YouTube, Instagram.
All the things.
All the things. I don't know, but like. You're not showing up on the screen, so I don't know if I should pull up the graphic. Like he's in the back, but I'm not seeing his face pop up, so I don't know if you just stalking in the background. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes before we do that. Dylan, our producer, our kind of sort of producer, who's not a producer, saying
he said, "Oh hell
no." Yo, Dylan, you're fired. So Jeffrey, question: what movie projects are you working on in the future, and who would you want to work with?
Thank you for that question. So you can stream Strawberry Princess. Damn, I love that I'm a lead character in a movie called Strawberry Princess, but it's on Tubi, and Tubi's I've been seeing some of them clips sometimes, and I'm like. Yeah, but I have to make light of, like, let's keep it 100. Y'all seen some Tubi clips and been like,
look, but Tubi's been around, like, I mean, what was it? CNN was around for what, 24 hours before that app crashed? Like, Tubi's been around since the pandemic. There's another one that came about, I think it was called Q or something. That one, Tubi is lasting. So,
but Tubi also be just giving, like, you just want to go and laugh, not like I'm taking someone serious.
This is true.
But go watch Strawberry Princess. I do have my first lead movie. You can also watch it on Amazon. So yeah,
to be honest, Tubi's got a reputation.
Exactly. That's why I'm like,
well, fucking played in the.
It does. But what I'm working on now and who would I like to work with? You know what? Tyler Perry. I mean, and also too, I know he has those movies that are very, I guess you can say a give and take type of thing, because some people love him, some people hate him. But just look what he's done. He's created a whole like studio, like a big Disney moment in Atlanta, what he's doing. So I definitely would like to work with Tyler, and just knowing his story and being like where he came from. I'm like, that's so inspirational. And see someone who looks like me, went through what they went through and still make it to the top. Let's fucking go.
That part.
Yeah.
All right. Before I bring him on, I need our producer, our official, unofficial producer sent me a graphic.
By the way, girl, you were like, we're going to keep this about 30 minutes.
It's not me. It's the drink.
It's not me. It's the drink.
Speaking of, I need me another beverage. Please hold. Oh wait, am I?
Okay, wait. So we get the Graphica. Let me
What?
let me get the. Oh wait, hold on.
That is so stank.
When we get the real producer in, the show's gonna be fire. But at the moment, we just multitasking. So let me just get the other Graphica because he has special music and all. Let's find the music because you guys who are regulars of the show, you know what's happening. If you guys are not regulars of the show, you're like, what the hell is happening? But we, some of us have intros and all the things.
Oh God.
So Said is in the building. What's cooking? Said.
What's up, everybody? That's crazy. I literally just saw that in my WhatsApp. Dylan, that's crazy. I don't even know what prompted you to put my head on spice like that, but as usual, I appreciate it. Sorry I'm late. Hey Ariane. What's up, Kyle? I ain't seen you in like
my dude?
3 years.
It's been a minute, dude.
Let's just say
Blue Wire days.
Right.
Said was out in the streets and he made sure to come back. Again, not for me. Then y'all don't think it's like I don't love myself. I love myself. But I also know what's happening. And he didn't come back to rush back to talk about Impact because, I mean, I'm not the one with the blue hair.
Oh, wait. Well, what did we just talk about though?
He looking for a sugar mama. So
whoa! Shots fired.
Jump into it. That's crazy.
Shots fired.
Okay.
Let's not do this. I've had a very relaxing day.
Wait.
There's no alcohol in my system.
No more drinks for TK. TK, you get no more drinks. I need another drink now because girl.
Wow.
Catch me up. What have I missed? Where are we at in the discussion?
Everything. I don't know if you want to pick out one match because I did say we were only gonna be here for 30 minutes and now it's 48 minutes later.
I'm like, girl.
Pick out one match that you really like that you want to talk about, and then we're gonna close it out by talking about Pound Town Wrestling, which I'm sure you want to talk about as well.
Okay.
Bro, Trinity. I don't understand why you're even thinking. That's not even a thought, but I'll leave the thoughts to you. Sorry, continue.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what the moment means. Where she goes to now, because I believe there's another event tomorrow night, correct?
No, it's the 27th.
27th. So
Pound Town Wrestling's tomorrow, yeah, but that's different.
The pay-per-view. Scan the QR code.
Hell yeah.
So said, make sure you scan the QR code to watch the pay-per-view. And for you, because you're so late, you're gonna have to pay full price. But you scan the QR code.
I'm proud to pay.
Tomorrow. To watch.
We're proud to pay. We don't need discounts. I have a full-time paying job. We don't need discount codes. Okay.
There it is. Jenna saying, side note, the blue hair is giving, Queen. We agree.
Thank you.
Jeffrey saying Cedric's on blast. I mean, that's what he came for. Yo, he came at the end of the show. We talked about all the matches. Literally, we were literally about to close, and he just pops in. We know what
I didn't know we had time on these things. I'm just out here doing stuff. I didn't know there was a.
I dig the Pistons banner in the background, just for the record.
See, and that's why I'm here. You know what? Let's talk about that because TK be disrespecting Detroit like real bad,
Take a number. Who else don't?
I think this just took a turn. Is that rude if I just my food's been sitting outside for a minute?
Yeah, go get your food, get your drink. We'll be here in time for you to close out. Oh, there it is. That is now happy that he has come to the end of the show.
Damn, and she put him on blast. Don't feel bad, bro. Me being the lone guy in here, I've been it's been me all night.
Dylan said he said giving her the y'all are respectfully.
Why am I that personality? That's crazy. Why I got it, man. We're gonna do some some archive digging over the next month.
You ought to know the internet's ruthless, dog. You walked yourself into that one.
You sure?
I feel like it's just turning into like a party.
I mean, you guys did say it was, alcohol involved.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I'm sipping on some vodka and some soda pop. Ariane's sipping on something. Kyle.
I had some champagne. It's gone. Well, no, sorry, rosé. I had some rosé.
There it is.
And so now I'm about to have some tacos.
There it is. With that being said, does anybody have any more questions for Ariane before she finishes her tacos? But while she's doing that, let me pull out this code for everybody except for said to to scan to get their 15% off. So use the code WWT15 to get 15% off. Scan that QR code. You get the pay-per-view. It is dropping tomorrow. Do all the things. 15% off. Watch all the stuff. CJ Rod. Agree with me that she definitely looks like AI. And she might be AI because we don't know the way that this world is going. But she looks amazing. And let me tell you, that boot to the face, everything. Just everything. So definitely scan the QR code. With that being said, I think it's time. It's a little round table time. And let's start. We'll end with the queen. So Kyle, how can everybody find you? All the things.
Obviously, you can find me at Detroit Knockout, but you can find our show, Knockouts and 3 Counts. We're usually live every Tuesday and Thursday, but we've got a big week for you coming this Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. This Tuesday, we'll have your new MLW Women's Champion, Janai Kai, will be joining us. You've got on Wednesday, we'll have Ruthie J, who's going to be going against Kenzie Page for the NWA Women's Championship. And then on Thursday, 2/3 of the Southern Six will be joining us before they face the Headbangers at NWA Sam Hain next weekend. So, like I said, make sure you're checking us out. Knockouts and 3 Counts.
There he goes. Said he said.
This is nasty. I feel like I don't deserve to plug anything because I've only been here for like 5 minutes. So,
look, you got a whole picture. The official producer did a picture for you and everything. So
there's tons of pictures out there. Tons of them. I don't deserve any of them. But you can find me on Twitter at says CEDD_SAYS. Said is the answer on Instagram. Check out my writing here, www.talkpod.com, as well as dailyddt.com.
And Miss Queen, Ariane Andrew. Where can everybody find you?
Thank you, TK. You guys, you beautiful humans, can follow me across the board at Ariane Andrew. And of course, Pound Town Wrestling. Please go pick up the pay-per-view, tomorrow. It airs at 5 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's going to be a blast. So let's pound the town away. Pretty much, I guess in the few hours. What time is it? Are we? Yeah, we're on Eastern time now, so let's pound the town away.
That's a clip, Dylan. That's a clip.
What did I miss?
Then he said his face. He just, I don't know where he went, but he went somewhere. I don't know where.
Hey, Dylan, shit. I expect a clip.
Wow.
We're pounding the town away wrestling and getting entertained wrestling. Nothing else that you're thinking in your head. Have a good day. Bye. Girl, bye.
What you say, Bosa? She was in WWT the other day when teams dropped the theme. The boys were going to a fade. Oh yeah. So I was talking about Pound Town Wrestling, and then that's when I made the first video, and it had the Sexy Red song, and we have another host, the professor, married guy, a little bit on the older side, a little on the churchy side. Never heard the song before, and his face.
Beautiful moment. Beautiful moment.
Because I thought he was making the face at all the great edits and all the, because it was all the things.
Oh, this is so fire. It was the song.
No, it was the song that really took him out. So now we know. Dylan saying said about the streets, or said about to
pound the streets.
Seth's about to pound the streets.
This is crazy. Yo, like I don't.
See,
You
this
just
is
you
why
just
I
made yourself
love
the goat.
Downtown. Look at what it starts. It starts controversy, and I'm the queen of controversy. If people aren't talking, you ain't doing nothing right. So here we go. That's why people are like, wait, what? Pound the streets, pound the town. What the hell? Fuck.
Well then, so as we let Seti said go and pound the streets, Ariane about to eat some tacos. Kyle's about to
I'm about to pound the
pound the tacos. Kyle's about to smoke a little something after this. That marks the end of our Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory post show. Yo, this is. I mean, I know you don't want to do all these, but look, you are invited anytime you want to come on because you could just show up. You don't have to watch nothing. Just show up because you are hilarious. This has been fun. Wow. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk. My name is TK Trinidad. You can follow us on everything at www.talkpod.com. Check out our website, www.talkpod. Yeah, Monday, let's say Saturday. So Monday we have our WOW post show. Then we also have our WWT live where you can look out for some new intros. So if you're familiar with the show, those are going to be dropping as well. So another fun day to check out. So look out for that, articles and all the things. But with that being said, sincerely, thank you guys for allowing me to drink on this festive Saturday evening and watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao, y'all.